Welcome back to my second upload of the day of another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle. And before I start, I want to begin by saying something. I've been thinking about how I'm going to do this whole X and Y Wi-Fi battle series finale stuff. And to be honest, I've been thinking about it, well, as much as I could with, some personal problems going on, but I've been thinking about it, and I came to a very interesting decision. Now, let me check my calendar real quick. Alright, so, basically, the Friday after this coming one is when Pokemon Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire comes out. So, with that being said, from November 14th to November 20th, each day, I will upload a Wi-Fi battle exclusively using a team of Hoenn native Pokemon. Well, it's not going to be like all 6 Pokemon are going to be Hoenn native. There's going to be 5 Hoenn native Pokemon, for example, I'm not really going to tell you what my team is going to be, but let's just say, for example, Grumpig, Lunatone, Masquerain, Relicanth. These are just examples, not necessarily what I'll be using. So yeah, 5 Hoenn native Pokemon, plus the channel mascot Raichu will be on that team. So, from the 14th to the 20th, each day, the Wi-Fi battle that will be uploaded will consist of only those Pokemon. Win, lose, 1-0, 2-0, 4-0, whatever, that's the battle that will be uploaded each of those days. So, it's basically going to be my way of going from X and Y and transitioning into Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. It will be my way of closing off the series while hyping Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. And I know you can say, well, Raichu isn't Hoenn exclusive. Well, that is true, but I want to let you pick on my team, and honestly, we've seen me use Manectric way too much, and unless I decide to use plus level mining for some unknown reason, yeah, it's going to be Raichu. Tesla now, because this is my series finale, and what better way than to have the channel mascot. But enough of that. This Wi-Fi battle is against CALEM. And if you guys recall, let's see if I can get the playlist up here. CALEM is a guy who I faced in Season 2, Episode 33. Like a few days or a week ago, and this is the exact same team, and he challenged me to a rematch, and so we're gonna give him one. And this is a slightly different team. I have Jolteon, Rotom-Wash, Klefki, Excadrill, Nidoking, and Charizard X. And there's no Sandslash or Medichang. I also don't remember what I used against the guy. I've battled quite a bit lately. But, enough talking. Let's see how this battle plays out. And I just need to connect my charger real quick, because my DS is dying. That would be fun to not only waste time trying to record this and have the battery die, but also waste my camera's battery. So I'm just going to connect it real quick. Sorry for this, but I don't have my capture card yet, so yeah. Anyways, on to the battle. Let's see how it plays out. This is his pseudo-sun team. I guess you can say it's a complete sun team. And yeah, he's going to open up with his Ninetales. I'm going to open up with my Jolteon. So this will be interesting to see how this plays out. This is obviously not live, so I pretty much already know the result, but yeah, let's have it. I'm going to go for a Volt Switch. Not sure what else I can do, to be honest. And I believe I switch into Charizard. Yes, I do. My Charizard X. And it goes for a Nasty Plot. Now let's see, I'm going to Mega Evolve, and I'm going to go right off the bat for a Dragon Claw. I do not even want to waste my time setting up a Dragon Dance, because honestly, a Dark Pulse would probably take me out this range. So, Dragon Claw definitely going to finish off Ninetales. That's 1 down on his side, none down on my side, so yeah. He's gonna open up, well, not open up, he's gonna send out Houndoom as his second Pokemon of choice, and he's going to Mega Evolve it right off the bat, so it's Houndoom versus Charizard X. Mega Houndoom versus Mega Charizard X. And I Dragon Dance, and this is the part where I set up, and probably regret it. He goes for a Dark Pulse, and that almost takes me down thanks to Solar Power, which is Houndoom's ability. I believe it boosts the Pokemon in question's special attack by 50% during Sun, but in exchange, you lose some HP each turn. So Dragon Claw is going to surely take it down. And here comes Arcanine, unfortunately. So not only is Arcanine going to intimidate Charizard X, but he also has that priority going. Going to completely take out Charizard X, and yeah, Charizard X is down. So that's 2 down on his side, 1 down on my side. And the sunlight fades. So out comes Klefki. I wanted to paralyze Arcanine. Didn't want to switch into Excadrill or Rotom Wash, because if I tried to go for Rotom Wash, I would have had to guess what he'd do next. Either he would soak up my Hydro Pump with Water Absorb, or I could have mispredicted and went for a Volt Switch, which probably would have been the better play. But yeah, so gonna set up some screens here after paralyzing Arcanine. And Arcanine goes right for the Flare Blitz. Kick the table, sorry. Does about half, which isn't bad. And Klefki gets healed with the leftovers. Looking back, I probably could have played that a little bit better, but, you know. Gonna go for the Foul Play, see how much that does. Not much, because this is a bulky Arcanine. So Will-O-Wisp is going to burn Klefki, unfortunately. Yeah, I know, it sucks, but what can you do about it? Really? So, Klefki's going to suffer some burn. He's going to withdraw his Arcanine, which is interesting. Go into Tropius. Yes, this thing, as we saw in our last battle against CALEM, is a pain in the balls. So Klefki gets healed, gets burned, you know, stuff like that. I go for the Thunder Wave to paralyze that Tropius to prevent any shenanigans from happening. And Tropius goes for a Substitute. Yes, this is when I wish I had something with Infiltrator like Chandelure on my team. That would have been really nice if I had it. So, Klefki suffers a burn, and honestly, for Klefki burn, there's really no point in keeping it out. I mean, it can't paralyze Helios, it's going to do Jack to Jellicent, and honestly, I might as well just sack it off to get a free switch. It already paralyzed Arcanine. There's really nothing else Klefki can do. Light screens wear off, and I go for a Foul Play. Pointlessly trying to break the Substitute. It's not going to work, unfortunately. And yes, he gets his Leech Seeds. He seeds me. That's just great. Note to self. Bring a Magic Guard user next time you face this guy. So Tropius is going to keep on sapping up the leeches, or the HP. Yeah. Protect. Seriously. Just protect. Foul Play, protect. Oh my god, really? I really want to get that berry away from Tropius, because that's really the problem. I mean, you can get down to low HP, and as long as it doesn't carry Roost, you're good to go as long as you have that berry gone. So, yeah. Klefki's down, and out comes Nidoking. Sorry about that. And I go for an Ice Beam, which is going to, for sure, break the Substitute. And he's going to get his Leech Seed off. Yay. So yeah, this is a pain. I mean, These RU and U Pokemon are very fun to face, but jeez. And here comes Jellicent, which I'm being very jelly of. And I get the Sludge Wave off, which isn't going to do much. Even with Sheer Force plus Life Orb plus Stab, it's not very effective, and Jellicent is just generally bulky, so obviously Sludge Wave is going to do next to nothing. Now I'm switching Nidoking and going to Rotom Wash. And I'm going to go for a Trick, hoping that either he stays in the Jellicent, which will lock it down, or switches into Tropius, which will allow me to get the berry away from it. So I go for a Trick, and no Tropius, no Jellicent. Instead, I switch my Air Balloon or my Choice Scarf of Helios Air Balloon. That's awesome. So yeah. He goes for a Thunderbolt, which pops the Air Balloon, but I went for a Trick again, just to get my Choice Scarf back. And now I'm faster again. And I go for the Volt Switch. And guess what? I make a big error here. I don't simply... No, I go into Jolteon, which is going to take a Thunderbolt. This isn't the area, actually. I'm actually getting way ahead of myself. So I Thunderbolt him. And he goes for the Fail Blast. Of course he hits the Fail Blast, which does over 50% to Jolteon and lowers the special defense. Wow. So I'm going to go for the Volt Switch. There's no real point in keeping Jolteon in. And I believe this is where I make my big mistake. I go into Nidoking. So I went for Excadrill, but no, I went to Nidoking, and look, the Hyper Beam is going to fly. Yeah. That right there cost me the battle, really, and I'm going to tell you right now. I lose this battle. It's because I didn't send Excadrill in instead. Ugh. Don't expect Hyper Beam on freaking used competitively, I mean, really. So he has to recharge on the Hyper Beam, and I go for my Earthquake. Yeah, I'm a little down about the loss, but hey. Next out comes Jellicent. And I go for the Earthquake. Don't really want anything else to get a hit, and that does a lot of damage. And he goes for Scald. Not gonna take out Excadrill or burn it. Then he switches out of Jellicent and goes into Tropius, which I, try Earthquake because I didn't predict it. The Tropius is paralyzed. Tries to go for an attack, and Iron Head does well over 50%, but unfortunately it gets a Citrus Berry off. So things are not going real well for me. And I go for another Iron Head. I'm trying to get a pair of hacks here. A pair of flinch hacks, and does he flinch? Nope. Not that it really matters though. But he does get his berry, unfortunately, and that... You see how annoying this is? I mean, harvest, harvest, harvest. Out comes Jolteon. He protects. Trying to scout out what I'm going to do next. Sees I'm going to go for a Thunderbolt. And honestly, I was hoping he would switch into something else. I would have went for the Hidden Power Ice, but I thought he would switch into Arcanine or Jellicent. And he didn't, so that's really unfortunate. And Thunderbolt didn't quite take it up. Tropius is paralyzed, thankfully, and I can Volt Switch on out of here, and that'll finish off Tropius. So, good. Now I'm in a dilemma. I have Rotom Wash and Jolteon left against Arcanine and Jellicent. If I try to go for Hydro Pump on Arcanine, he'll surely switch into Jellicent. At least that's what I think. Am I right? I go for the Volt Switch. I predicted that nicely. Jellison is definitely down, which is a 2-on-1 situation. That's 5 down on his side, 4 down on my side. Going to switch Jolteon back out onto the battlefield, and I believe his Arcanine is one of his Pokemon left? I don't know. Unfortunately, Arcanine is suffering from toxic damage, and honestly, this is all up to Hacks right now. If he gets paralyzed Hacks, I can pretty much win. So he's paralyzed. I Volt Switch on out to get Rotom Wash out, and I'm praying to the Hex gods that his Arcanine stays paralyzed and immobilized. Does it happen? No. Extreme Speed is going to take out my Rotom Wash, because mine is more of an offensive Rotom Wash than defensive. So now it's all up to Hacks, and if I can, you know, have him get paralyzed twice in a row. So I have Thunderbolt. He doesn't go for Extreme Speed, but he doesn't get paralyzed, and he goes for Flare Blitz, which is going to take out Jolteon and himself. However, he wins 0-0. So honestly, it was a really good game. He earned the win, and the game-changing move for me was switching Nidoking into that Hyper Beam. Should have switched Excadrill in. I don't know what I was thinking, but honestly, what's done is done. It cost me the match, and I paid for it dearly. So he deserved the win. I deserved to lose that battle, and it was a well-played match. And Tropius got its revenge by trolling me, and I believe ultimately the toxic didn't help matters with Jolteon. If Jolteon didn't get toxic, maybe I could have, you know, lasted a bit longer, but, you know, stuff happens, really, and there's not much you can really do about it. I mean, you gotta take risks sometimes, and everyone misplays. There is no perfect player. I don't believe that there is. We all make mistakes. If there was a perfect player, then that player would have a 100% win record with all 6-0 wins. There is no perfect player. And risky moves can lead you to victory, or they can make you lose. And I took a big risk sending Nidoking in against Helios. Probably would go for a, I don't know what, another Focus Blast or something. But yeah, that's pretty much the game. There's really not much else I can say. I mean, Tropius got its revenge. Anyways, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for scenes from the next Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle, which will be uploaded on Monday, because it's technically Sunday right now. And remember, this coming Thursday is the beginning of our Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle series finales all week long, which is a series finale that's going to hype up Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. I do have quite a few Hoenn Pokemon already prepared for this, and yeah, it's ultimately what I decided to do. So once again, I'd like to thank you for watching. See you next time.